Hey everybody, this is Matt and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching another episode of the Mosrite inspired build. If you've been following along, you know that we are working on necks right now, and in the last installment we did fretboard radiusing. And in this video we are going to take this large block and make it look a little like this. And we're going to use some cool tools to do that. Okay, so before we get to the meat and potatoes of the video, I want to answer a handful of questions that I've gotten from some people. One is, what's the big idea with these two holes right here? Isn't that going to affect the guitar neck? Well, if you've been watching, you know that when we shape the rough outline of these on the Grizzly Shaper, we actually attach the template directly to the workpiece with screws. We very cunningly use the exact same screw holes when we radius the fretboard. And it's not a big deal because all of this material gets cut out right here, and it's not like we screw all the way through the neck. So it's just, these screws go in maybe about a ½ inch, and we cut all of that material out in the step that I'm about to show you. So let's have a look at that. So today we are going to work on, we got the fretboard's radius. We are going to rough cut the neck, which will be what we do before we shape it. And the reason we do that is because we don't want to remove all this stuff with a router. So I'm going to come in 1 inch from the top of the fretboard. And I'm going to come 5/8 from the top of the headstock. And I'm going to leave a spot here for the volute. Now the important thing to remember is if you're making an actual Mosrite, this is not how they would be. The actual Mosrites have a swoop on this side, this face of the headstock, but they're also dished out this way, kind of like on a Fender. So they have an angle like a Gibson, and they have a swoop like a Fender. Ours are going to be Texas Toast headstocks, so they're not getting that. But enough with the bullshit talk. Let's start using power tools.
This is where the music starts.
Alright, Ian, you watching? Yep. Now, as we are very fond of saying, the rest will just wear in the more you play it. No, actually we're going to go over to the Old Man machine and we're going to clean up the back of this headstock. The Old Man machine is one of my favorite tools in the shop. As a matter of fact, I think I made a video called My Favorite Tool in the Shop. It's a really cool machine, and I'm going to leave a link to the video below. Some guy just made this thing, and I got a really great deal on it. You know, when I was at Roberto Venn, we used machines exactly like that, only much, much bigger. So let's have a look at the Old Man machine and check it out. Before anybody asks, I know it doesn't look like I pre-marked the holes in the headstock and I was just drilling through the headstock willy-nilly. I assure you, I pre-marked the holes. Yeah, I'll just say it was Monkey that did that. Okay, finally it's on to another exciting jig. As you know, we love to make jigs here at Texas Toast. And this one is for my beloved pin router. So we're going to put the neck on the jig and buzz it across a 7/8 round over bit and just remove a lot of the material from the sides. And this is going to do a couple things. One is it's going to establish a pretty nice round over that we can then use on the deadhead sander, which will be in the next video. And it will just sort of act as a guide for us to have a really, really nice neck. But I want to give you a heads up on how this rig works. Okay everybody, this is my neck shaping jig, and what it does is it just sort of establishes this round over like we already talked about. Hey, by the way, you see this right here? That's not going to matter. This is still actually over an inch thick from here to the top of the fretboard, so it's not going to be a big deal. All that stuff will get cut away. But what I wanted to show you was how this jig works. I mean, the theory behind it is less important than the actual jig itself. So we've got a screw here, and we've got a strap clamp here. Now there's some sandpaper underneath this. So what we go ahead and do is we're going to slide the neck under the strap clamp there, and we'll scooch one of these holes in the headstock, and we go ahead and screw this guy down, tighten these strap clamp wing nuts up, and we are in like Flynn. It's perfect every time, provided I'm using this headstock and this heel and this neck, which I do quite frequently. So it's a really strong and stable way to hold everything in place. All we need to do now is set the 7/8 cutter on the pin router to come down to the right depth, and we might make a handful of passes on this, but you could do it in one pass. What's going to happen is this bearing edge right here will ride, let me get in focus, it's going to ride on this block here, and then it's going to actually ride on the neck, and it's going to come out on this block here. So there's no way you can, you know, go too far this direction or too far this direction. One of the benefits of having standard sizes for guitar parts. So enough with me yapping, let's get a load of the tool in action. So thanks for watching, everybody. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below. If you like the video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. And by the way, thanks for everyone who has been subscribing. We've gotten a lot of new subscribers in the last couple weeks, and I sure do appreciate that. So this is Matt at Texas Toast Guitars reminding you, as always, that if you're so smart, build it yourself. That's what I do. Thanks for watching.
I wanna play my guitar the only way.